Last week, Vish was talking to you, if I remember rightly, about quizzes, and he'd breached on surveys as well. Now, surveys and forms are very, very similar, but surveys allow you to get more questions, get more data from your potential subscribers or leads or whatever you want to call them. And you can also tailor the journey that they go on. Okay. So with a survey, you may have it that it starts with like just gathering data like first name, last name, email, but your two end goals, which I'm going to demonstrate today, might be instead of just sending them all down the same route, what we might be doing today is looking at branching them out so they go down two different paths. So it's one form, but dependent on the answer they give, we'll then branch them out and take them down different routes with a different outcome. So what I'm going to demonstrate for you today is how to build a survey that branches out, one leading to a phone call and one leading to a free giveaway of some description. All right. But now to bulk out this session, what I'm going to be teaching you as well, and just something that we've shown you in past weeks, is first off, how to lead with a Facebook post, okay, that's going to generate people to comment underneath it. When they comment, they're going to get a direct message via an automation, so you don't have to do anything. It's all going to work on autopilot for you. The direct message is going to lead to the survey that we build, and then the outcome of those two pathways within the survey. One will lead to a calendar and call booking, and the other will lead to a product. All right. Now, hopefully we get this done in time. All right. We should do. I'm going to breeze past certain things and not go into too much depth in regards to the survey and some of the products, etc. But I just want to show you the journey of how to put a survey into a funnel, something that you could all probably do because you've all probably got a Facebook page. And this is like a fun project to be able to know how to do. And then it's a good way of you building in the survey as well. And this can just sit there, just active for you, just trying to funnel leads in. All right. And remember what I always recommend after these sessions, go and have a play. There's no wrong way of doing this. You can elaborate and go as in depth as you want to do. But I'm going to show you an overview today. So first off, any questions about that before we get stuck in? Give me some engagement, please. Give me some engagement. I want at least 15 responses here, guys. Come on, 15 responses. Hit me with some yeses. Yes, we're all good. We're all good. Great. Weather's, yeah, there. Thank you, Aaron. Loving the enthusiasm. Tony, thank you. Aaron, good. Come on, give me some more. I want more. Who else is in this room? Come on. Where are you? There we go. Thank you. Loving this, Aaron. Millie, thank you. I might start calling out some names. Frank, Jeff, Hazel, Kevin, Lisa, Luke, Paul, Melvin, Millie, Rebecca, Roger, Salem, Terry, Tom. Let me some engagement. Come on. Give me a message. Just type just anything in the chat. You can tell me to go away if you want. I just want you to be engaged for me. Okay. Don't be shy, Trudy. Don't be shy, Tom. Come on. Right. Okay. So let's get rid of these slides and get stuck in. Thank you, Rebecca. Love that. Thank you. Right. So to get this started, let me come back out of these. Okay. Sorry. This was just something I was doing earlier. Let's save that and publish that. Get rid of that. Right. Now, to start with, we're going to look at the surveys. Okay. Now, to do this, we're going to come down to, once you log in, we're going to go to sites. Thank you, Frank. All in. Love it. We're going to go to sites. We're going to go to surveys and we're going to go to builder. Now, we're going to build upon what Vish done last week, but he just started out with a simple opt-in slide to start with first name, last name, email, phone number. Now remember, all you need to do is you're just dragging and dropping whatever you want on each slide. We're going to refer to each of these as a slide. Okay. Now, what I done earlier was jumped on AI and just asked it for a very simple set of questions to go down the route of where people are in regards to having an online business, just for the purpose of this demonstration. Luke, don't worry about it. I'll walk it through and answer all your questions. Okay. Now, what I'm looking to do with this survey is I'm going to be putting a post on our Facebook page saying, looking for weekly free marketing training, but the outcome goal is to try to identify people that have an online business. They might be starting or they've got something going already. All right. So I'm going to lead with my first question being, where are you on your business journey? Okay. And then depend on whether they answer A, I've got a business, an existing business I'm looking to grow, or B, I'm looking to start my first online business, will then lead them down two different sets of questions. Okay, does that all make sense? Just as a starting point, all right? Just to see the journey we're going on. Does it all make sense? Give me some yeses as I continue, please, or nos. Right, so we're going to jump straight back into the survey and then we're going to add a slide, all right? Now, what we're going to do here is then select the radio buttons, okay? And the first question, like I said, I've done this before just to try and speed it up. So question number 1 is going to be, where are you on your business journey? And we're going to have option 1 is going to be, I have a business. And number 2 is going to be, answer 2 is going to be, I'm looking to start my first business. Okay. Right. Now, and I'm going to call this slide settings split path question. Okay. That's just my own benefit. All right. Now we're going to go on to the two different paths. Okay. So these next questions, questions 2 and 3, are for if they have answered yes to I have an existing online business. Okay. So we're going to do the same again. We're just going to keep it simple with those radio questions. Okay. So drag and drop that on there. This question is going to be, what is your current revenue? And remember, you can have, in fact, what I'm going to do is, let's change that from being a radio question. Sorry, guys. And we're going to do this for a multi drop down. Okay. Because this one makes more sense. So what is your current average monthly average revenue? And then we're just going to put the 3 options here. Under 1, over 2K, over 5K, just for speed. All right. And then, so that means when this is live, they'll do that and they'll see the 3 different options and they can select one of those. All right. And then we're going to name that slide again. The reason I'm naming these is it will become evident. 6 slide path 1, path A, slide 1. And then we're going to add another slide for the final question in path A. What is the number one thing holding you back right now? This is going to be a radio. It's nice and simple. And for this, we are just going to keep it safe. We're going to go lack of clear. And you can add as many questions, as much information on these questions as well, because depending on what your outcome goal is for these leads, will help you then manage any objections if you are having a phone call with them, for example. All right. And then we're going to call this, what I got last one, slide path A, slide B. Right. Settings, slide path A, slide B. Okay. Now, underneath these, we're now going to do our path B questions. So these ones are going to be, what is the biggest hurdle to stopping you from launching? This is going to be radio as well. Boom. So guys, I'm conscious that, you know, when it comes to these sorts of sessions and I'm doing a lot of copy and paste, I appreciate the fact that it's not the most engaging, but I'm just trying to do as quickly as possible, just so you can see what's happening and you can copy along. Okay. And so this is going to then be called slide path B. Oh, path B, slide 1. Okay. And we're going to add another. Okay. In fact, what we'll do, we're going to leave that there. Right now, what I want to do next is make sure that these lead in the right direction. Okay. So on completion of slide 1, you're going to go to settings, and then it will give you an option of where the next slide goes. Okay. So what we're going to do here is just keep it at the next slide, which is our split path question. Now, depending on where this goes is going to be based off some logic. Okay. Now, to do this, we are going to go to open conditional logic. Okay. And let's get rid of some of these because these are ones I was messing around with earlier. Sorry, guys. Right. Now, we're going to have a jump to, and it is field because we're looking at the two different answers. So if you keep it in field and you can select the field, you can now see the first question on that slide, which is our split path question. So where are you on your current journey? Now, if the answer that they give is equal to I have an existing business and I'm looking to grow, you're going to select that, and then you're going to tell them which slide to go to next. And we want them to go to slide path A, slide 1. Okay. And then we want to add another, which again, field, same question, is equal to I'm looking to start an online business. We're then going to send them to slide path B, slide 1. Okay. So that's going to basically jump them to the relevant slides that we want to go down. Okay. Now you're going to close that. Then you're just going to go down to these ones and do the same again. So slide path A, we're going to want them now to go to, manually, we're going to want them to go from A1. So slide path A, slide 2. That's that one. So I've labeled them wrong. And then this one here, slide B, we're going to send that somewhere else in a second. And then we're going to want slide B to go somewhere else. But now we're going to save this because now we're going to be looking at the two exit paths we want for them. Okay, let me quickly open up chat. Okay, guys, everyone following so far? And everyone following so far? Give me some yeses or nos. Thank you, Hazel. Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Tony. Okay, right. Now, remember, the two outcomes I'm looking to do today is one option. If they don't have an online business yet, I'm going to send them to a free training. Okay. If they do have an online business, I'm going to try and get them onto a phone call and book in a time in our calendar. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're now going to save in fact, what we'll do is we'll do one of those exit slides. So we're going to change on this slide. We're just going to do a text batch on here. And this is just going to be to give them the free product. Great. You will love our free training. Go to, and I'm just going to drop a link in there for our surgery. Okay. Again, you're going to want to tidy this up a little bit. You know, you can always turn that into in fact, you can just go, just say click here, and then you can take, if it lets me, what's going on here? Get rid of all that. Right, click here, highlight that, pop a little link in there. There you go. Oh, action, new window, save. Okay. Let's stop that there. Now I can go back. So we're on, if they don't have a business, remember we were going into each of these slides, choosing where they're going to go next. All right. So if they're on path B and they don't have a business, I want to send this guy to, I've got the chat up again, slide number 6, which is this one. Yeah. So basically, if they don't have a free business, after they answer that question, they're going to go to, great, you'll love our free training. Click here, and that will take them over to our sales page for our surgery, for example. All right. Or whichever you want to be. Now, I'm just using this free product as an example of a direction. Okay. You might have two different teams you might have a big sales team. You might have one that's selling low ticket, one might be selling high ticket. You might be giving away a certain service, and depending on their answers, you want to push people one way or another. It might just be a case of disqualifying people so they're not booking phone calls with you. And that's another way of doing this as well. All right. Now, the other option is a phone call booking. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this. Let's move that. Right, save. Contact ways only already exists. Please input a different name. Oh, right. In fact, right, let's leave that up there for a second because we can just do this other part in a different window. So now come out of this. If you go into calendars on your dashboard, okay, and then you're going to go to calendar settings, you will see your calendars. Now, one thing you can do, if it's your own sub account, you can set up multiple, you might want to add a staff member. Like for example, I did, this is my sub account, but I've set up a separate staff member called that, and it will then generate you a calendar, another calendar basically. So now, you just do that by going new calendar, personal booking, because for this we want to book a phone call. So personal booking, you can call the calendar whatever you want. Select a team member who it's going to be allocated to. So let's say surgery call test. And then we're going to assign that to my profile. So that will fill up that calendar. And then we are going to confirm that. All right. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy this embed code. All right. And then we're going to go back over here. And now we're going to create another slide, which is going to be the final call to action slide for our like path A. They do have a business. So we're going to drag the HTML onto here, and then you're just going to edit, and then you're going to paste that embed code on there. And then above that, we're just going to say book a call. So I'm going to drag on that. Yeah. Let's chat. Okay. Obviously, you're going to want to have some more persuasive language on here than this. Right. Let's chat. All right. Now, let's just go back and just check those paths. So we know this one is going in the right direction. This one, let's just double check. We want to go to B. Yep. Then this one, holding you back from scaling. This one is then going to go down to the call booking, which is number 7. Yep. And where were we? Then we got A plus B. Then this guy, we want to go to number 6. Great. You will love our free training. Okay. Now save that. Yep, that's fine because it's seen that we've got a HTML copy in there. So that's fine. Proceed. Contact. Always under stopping you from launch. Please input a different name or kill for. Right. Please input a different name or field key. Right. Where are you on your business journey? Did I say that? Sorry about this, guys. Don't show that again. Proceed. What is the number one thing holding you back from unscaling? Right, let's change it right now. What has been? Save that. I should do it. Save. What is going on here? Right. Well, what we're going to do is just preview that. So you can see now that when I put in details here, dependent on which path I go down. Hold on, what's going on? Oh, see, I've not been able to publish it. Oh, tech errors, guys. Tech errors. Here we go. That's how you know this is definitely live. Right. Save. Contact. What is your current release? Please input a different name or key field. Right. Okay. Well, we're going to leave that for the time being. All right. But essentially, once you then publish that, you will then have your link available. Let's close this down and you'll be able to see that when we go back to surveys, marketing. Oops, sorry, sites, which sites? Yeah. Surveys builder. And you will see that here. And then, in fact, what I'll do is, just for sake of argument, to save that faffing about, when you come into here, when you're in there and it's been published, you can hit integrate, and then you can either just share the link, all right, or embed it somewhere. But for this purpose, we're going to share a link, okay? Now, the next part of our journey is going to be automating this whole thing from start to finish, all right? So, for saving some time here, we are now... any questions on that, guys, just whilst I'm here? Any questions on that? We all good? Right. Good stuff. Okay. Right. Now, what we're going to do next is automate the Facebook post through to Sal, okay, through to survey. All right. So what I want to do now is create a nice little Facebook post, okay, something that is going to switch over to this, which is going to grab attention. All right. So I just want to do a post, and all it's going to do is just be about, do you want free marketing training? That's all we're going to be doing. Okay. So we're going to do, would you like free marketing training? Question mark. Comment below for full details. Okay. And then what we're going to do is just chuck a nice simple image that I made on AI earlier. Let's go with that one. Okay. And we go next post. Okay. Continue. Oh no, I just want to post original event. Sorry, it's down page. So the goal here is to post on social media, get people to comment underneath, and now what we're going to do is automate it. So if they comment, we will automate a direct message response to them via Facebook, and that will then engage them into completing the survey. Okay, so God, tech issues galore today, guys. What's going on here? Right, might have to try that again. Sorry, guys. I'm having an absolute stinker today, aren't I? Right. Going to post that. Would you like free marketing training? Question mark. Comment below for access. Right. Next. Post. Not now. Right. Now, whilst that's whirring away, no, we don't want to do that. Okay. So there we go. That is now posted. All right. Okay. Now, we're going to go back into our Ultimate Business System. We're going to go to automations. So guys, now I'm going to be teaching you a simple way of being able to automate responses when people comment on your social media posts. Okay. Now, who's been on the session before when I showed them how to do this out of interest? Who remembers how to do this, or maybe has tried to do this before, or has never seen this before? I'm asking this question just to get some engagement, guys. Give me some information. Have you seen this before? Never tried this before? This is brand new. Even if you think it might be helpful. Never. Okay, great. Okay, so it's new to a good few people. Good stuff. Okay, now, seen not mastered. Love that phrase, Rebecca. Love that. Right. So what we are going to do now is we're going to create a workflow. So homepage, dashboard to automations. Then we're going to go create a workflow and start from scratch. Okay. Right. We are going to call this Facebook auto DM. Okay. So the trigger for this, click on trigger, and we are going to look for a Facebook comment on a post. Now, I've used this recently. That's why it's there. But if you search Facebook, there you go. Oh, things keep going away. Facebook comments on a post. All right. And we're going to select that as the trigger. And we're going to go to filters. Now, this works if you've connected your social media to your Ultimate Business System account, okay, which again, really simple to do. There's a video to show you how to do that in one of my previous sessions. So you're going to go page is, and that's our one that we've got connected. The post type is published post because I've just posted it. And the post itself is, would you like free marketing? So it goes in order that you posted them. Okay, so I know that's the one we've just done. All right. Now, you can go real varied in this, and it does allow you to respond to certain phrases or exact phrases. But for this, we just want any comment. All right. So we're going to save that. So that means now anybody that comments underneath that post will flow into this automation. All right. Now we're going to add a response. So now we want, we're going to go Facebook again. And we're going to go interactive messenger, I believe is the one. Let's have a look. There you go. Reply to comment via direct message. Reply to comment. Yeah, perfect. All right. So you can change it that if you could just reply to a direct message they've sent us, but we want to reply to their comment in a direct message. All right. So we've got no template saved. So this is where we're going to go. Great to hear from you. To get you started and access to the free training, jump into this quick survey. Full stop. If I can spell SUR survey. Right. And then we're going to drop the link in here to our survey, which keeps on messing us around, doesn't it? So we're just going to do that one for now because it seems to be messing us around with a little tech issue, which I don't want to waste your time doing. And then we're going to drop the link in there. Now, one thing to note, that, as you can see, is quite a messy link, okay? If you really want to tidy it up, in some cases, when you look into messages, it lets you do, like you saw before, like to amend the link so you can change it and shorten it. If not, you can go to free tools such as Bitly, or I believe there's like Tiny URL, place like that, where you can put the link in and it will generate you a shorter one that's like bit.ly/survey. Okay. And then you can just put that in here and it will redirect for you. But it's not the end of the world. Okay. You can also change this URL within this platform. But again, don't really want to waste too much time doing it now. So we're going to save that action. Okay. And we're going to save, publish that. Okie dokie. So now the moment of truth. Let's see if that now works. So I'm going to go to the chat. I'm going to drop this. Right. Have a little play there, guys. Go to that Facebook page for me. You're going to go to this post. You're going to comment underneath. And fingers crossed, you will get a direct message that sends you to a survey. But as it stands, the survey, guys, will only take you to the first question. All right. Don't feel like you've got to fill out the survey because there is that little glitch in that at the moment. Here we go. So who's going to be the fastest finger? Who's going to be the fastest finger? Hopefully I can see some. Okay. Where's that through marketing? So if you comment underneath it, you will then which you should then get sent a direct message from us with that message that we created a second ago. So let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let's have a little refresh, see if any posts have come in. Okay, here we go. David's tested. David, tell me, give me the goods. Did it come through? This where everyone's like, no, it didn't work, Max. No, it didn't work, Max. No, no, it's broken, Max. Brilliant. Yes, there we go. Anybody else out there? Who else has done the tests? Let's have a look to see. I can see them. Okay, David, Diana, thank you. Tracy, thank you. Do we need to fill out? Don't worry about filling out the form, Diana. This was just to demonstrate the social media automations. Yeah. So like, think of the bigger picture of you could have things plotted around all over social media that are just dangling carrots. Like this is just a simple post, but yours might be a lead magnet or something like that you could have built as a freebie, and just to grab some data and just to build a list. You might be posting these things on social media, and just to get that engagement, just say, oh look, if you want a free, I don't know, my 10-step guide to making jewelry, or 10-step guide to better health, or my 10-step fitness plan, or you want this or that, just drop me a message below and I'll DM it to you. Instead of you having to manually go in and send it to everybody, this is a really simple way of being able to do that. So it's a simple automation. You set it up and it just sits there. Yeah. And you could have it off multiple posts. So for example, let's go back into automation. You could have it that in here, we've got it set. So this is the only post that comes in here. All right. But you could have multiple triggers in here for Facebook comments from different right pages. For example, published post is, for example, the Merry Christmas one I've got underneath there. I could have it set that anybody that comments on that will get a certain message. So you could just build out different social media based funnels using this system that, depend on what people comment on, might send them something. It might just send them a nice little message or try to engage them and trigger them. And then you could also, like I said, tailor the responses that if the post type is a special thing, it's simple. Okay. Does that all make sense? Is that helpful, guys? You know, that's a really good feature, I think, in this platform. Aaron, are there any extra costs of sending emails and replying with a chatbot, etc.? Within Ultimate Business System, there are. It is charged per email or per response and things like that, but it's minimal. You're looking at like 0.0, I think it might be 0.03 or something like that. I went off the top of my head, I'm not sure, but you'll be able to see in your account, you can see what the amounts are. All right. But if you're unsure, drop us a message at support@internetbusinessschool.com and we can check that out for you. Okay. So surveys. First off, sorry that this hasn't quite, this can be one of those really irritating things where contact, what is the biggest hurdle stopping you from an interview? Please input a different name or field key. Which one was that? Where is it? Was it that one? This is, where's the business journey? Where's the business journey field? I'm losing my mind, guys. I'm losing my mind. But apart from this slight error I'm having, which is the first time I've seen this, but what has caused this is because I've gone in, set this up, deleted a load of stuff, and I've rebuilt it again. And I've used some of the same contact characteristics as this. Okay. So basically, I need to find where I've mentioned that word in there, and then I need to change it. Okay. So what is your monthly average already? What's your monthly average revenue? Average already. This. Okay. Let's see if I edit this. See if this works. Average at the moment. Right. So, guys, I appreciate that that's not the longest session in the world. Like I say, I was going to go a lot deeper into surveys, but I know that Vish dipped into that last week. So let me know if you have any questions. So, Tony, presume I need to go back to the session with Vish to get the forms up, or did you create today's one to get the forms up? So, Tony, just to answer your question, are you talking about how to build a form, a session on how to build a form, or how to build quizzes? Because there's three different things here, guys, that all bear similar page. I mean, and yes, how to. Right. Okay. Let's save that a second. Right. If, delete that. Delete. So I don't want people going onto there. Save. Right. So, Tony, just let me know if I'm answering your question here, okay? I need to go back to the session with Vish to get the forms up, or did you create today's one? Page, I mean, and yes, how to. Okay, so in sites, you've got forms, surveys, and quizzes. Okay, each of these, they almost go up in complexity and variation as you go. So a form is really nice and straightforward just to have set on a page. Like, let me give you a demonstration of one of those. Let me see if 80s classical tour. So, for example, here's one I built. This is an example of a simple form. Okay. So, this form here, all it's asking is for a very straightforward first name, last name, email, and maybe a simple question on there as well. All right. Real simple. And that's all the data I need. I don't want any more questions. I just want it all in one form. Okay. And then based off that, that is going to trigger an automation. It might send them something, it might add them to a database, it might do something like that. Okay. A survey, as you've seen before today, a survey is more complex in regards to the questions you might want to ask people to qualify them. All right. So, like I say, you might be bringing a load of people in at the top, but you might realize that as they filter through your funnel, your qualification process, you want to divide them up and send them down different branches and different trees. So, depending on what their answers are, might then push them into different avenues, whether it be to see different products. Like, for example, if I've gone on to imagine if you're selling some home products or something like that. And at the top, question one, what are you looking for today? Well, like, okay, imagine going on to a clothes shop, a clothes store, and you've got, what are you looking for today? Menswear, women's wear, children's wear. Okay. Depending on what your answer is, you separate into different things. Next question for each might be, are you looking for nightwear, outerwear, underwear, trousers, shirts, shoes? Again, based on those answers, you can segment again. All right. So that makes sense there. Now, but then when you get to quizzes, these ones are almost there. I would say they're the ones that hold the most value for the customer because you can build quizzes that will then generate a report at the end. So we might have in fact, we've got one floating around that's all about what internet business is right for you. So we ask the question, what internet business is right for you? Take you through a series of, I think it's 30 questions. Each of those questions is linked to a different category of online business. And depending on the answer you give, you're given a score against those questions. And at the end, we generate a report and send that report to you. And it basically will say, right, affiliate marketing, you scored 30%, or like, 20 out of 30, or whatever it is. For e-commerce store, you might have scored 90%. For this, you might have scored 10%. For an agency, you might have scored this. So as the customer, that's almost like a free product in itself, and it's giving the customer a lot more value. They take a lot more time to build out effectively. And I think that's what Vish done last week as well. And like I say, all those sessions are on our YouTube channel too. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, so I can get to the funnels via the first link you sent. Okay, so I can get to the funnels via the first link you sent. Oh, you're talking about the replays of the sessions, Tony? Oh, oh, yeah, let me drop that link in again because somebody else is asking for that. Let me drop that in. Where is it? Let me drop that in here. Okay, perfect, Tony. Here you go. Right, so if you go to that YouTube channel, guys, that will take you here. Okay, and you can see all of our live surgery sessions. So you've got build quizzes, scorecards, So that's the one that Vish done last week. If you're looking at lead magnet creation, if you're looking at sales pages, if you're looking at marketing, customer pipelines, social media automations, all of our sessions are in here, guys. Okay. If you like and subscribe it now, when today's session is posted, you'll get notified. And that will happen every week. So you never miss out. All right. Sorry, guys, getting a bit parched. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions for me today? I know we've kind of breezed through a lot of information there. I hope it was valuable. What would be really helpful, guys, just to build out surgery a bit more. And if, again, it is completely up to you guys, but it just helps our team as well. If I drop our Trustpilot, everyone loves a Trustpilot review. So if you've got a spare few minutes at the end of today's session and you're happy to, just jump into Trustpilot. Let us, just drop a quick comment on there about what you do like about us, whether these trainings are worthwhile. Also, guys, let me know in the chat now, is there anything in particular you guys want us to cover? Or anything within the platform that you've maybe tried? Oh, thank you, Diana. That's really helpful. If you please, please, please drop us a little Trustpilot review. It would mean the world to us because, I'm guilty of this as well, where there's companies and organizations that I love, but I'm really bad at leaving reviews. I'm just straight up. So, and unfortunately in this world, we as people tend to be quick to leave a negative review when things don't go well, but don't bother when things are going great. So if you can leave a nice comment for us, it'd be a nice review for us. It'd be amazing. So guys, yeah, just for the last few minutes, let me know anything. If you're starting out, or if you've got an online business, or you're growing, what are is there a link to the Trustpilot view? Yeah, there you go, Rebecca. Just sent it to you directly as well. It's just in the chat up there. Let me know now if there's any obstacles or hurdles you're encountering that you need help with. Whether I can help with you right now, or whether I can at least try and arrange a session with someone that can overcome that, or maybe that's a session that we haven't covered yet, and it's going to give us some inspiration to do it. So have a quick think now. Drop anything in the chat. There's no right or wrong answer. You might say, oh, I want to know how to build free products, for example. To build free products, I've got a session based on generating free lead magnets with AI and free tools in the YouTube channel. So if there's anything like that, let me know in the chat. How does email get into the autoresponder? Okay. Dinah, question. How does the email get into the autoresponder? So if anybody completes any type of opt-in within this platform, they will automatically join your list of subscribers in here. Okay. So if whether you're using the Ultimate Business System or not, Dinah, most of these platforms will either, at the point of form completion, they will automatically, as long as you are collecting first name, last name, and email, that information will automatically go into contacts. Okay. And one thing we've talked about in previous week is really working on, the customer journey. Okay. Just because like what we've done today, imagine doing the Facebook automation part where you've got people to leave a comment, it automatically sends them a direct message, and then you've got them on your database now, but you need to do something more with them. Okay. It's important to do something more with them. Don't just let them out to dry. Try and get more details from them. Try and send them on a journey. Yeah. So, one of the reasons for the, comment underneath, send them a direct message, and maybe in that message, it's a link to an opt-in form where they can enter their details, and then you send them by email a free product or free access to something. There has to, like, you're basically trying to get a bit of a free exchange. So the more information they've given you, they join your email list, and then you're sending it to them. Okay, Diana, I hope that helps. Right, let's have a look. Tracy, website conversions. Tracy, just out of interest, what's your have you got a website already? Or is it something you're building? Because website conversions, it varies. It depends what the outcome goal is. Websites, unfortunately, most people look at websites slightly different because a website is more like a shop. Okay, you think of the amount of times you've gone online or into a shop thinking you want to buy a pair of shoes and you've come out with a pair of shoes, or like didn't buy shoes, you come out with a pair of trousers instead, or you've seen something else and thought, oh no, I'll get that from somewhere else. Okay, so websites are great, but you'll find that most people that are doing, especially if you're running paid ads and things like that, you're better off trying to get people to a single page, like a sales page or an opt-in page. Yeah. It's a square. So yeah. Tracy, if you've got a link to it, I'll have a look and see if I can leave you some feedback. I won't do it on this call, but if you want to send me a link, send me a link and drop your link in this chat with your email address, and I'll have a quick look. But yeah, it might be a case of there's certain things you might want to do differently, because if there's a certain product you're looking to sell, directing people to a website is never a good idea, especially if it's paid traffic, because it can just be you're confusing people with too many options. Does that make sense? Or you're better off, if there's two or three things you want them to buy, try and get them to buy the first thing, like the lowest entry point first or highest, and then give them the other things as little upsells. Okay. Right. Let me save that real quick. Perfect. Let me just. Right. I've saved that. Right. Okie dokie. Right. Guys, does anybody else have any more questions at all? Tracy, drop your email in here as well if you can. And I'll have a quick look and see if I can send you a little bit of feedback. Um, and also, if there's anything in particular, I mean, if you're happy, oh, no, I won't. I won't. Yeah, and I can send you some feedback as well. Perfect. Let me just copy those two. Okie dokie. Right, guys, if there's no more questions, we'll wrap this up. Tracy, I'll have a quick look after this call and I'll send you a little email. Any other questions, guys? Let me know. Any other feedback? Again, would really love it if you could leave us a little Trustpilot review. Every little helps. Just making people aware of who we are and what we're doing, and that we're doing good things. Next week, I believe it's either Roger or Vish. So you're in their hands. I'm aware that Roger's going to be annoyed at me because I didn't pause at the start. So I'll have to manage him about that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's session. And yeah, I will see you all soon. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a great end to your week.